It's been like 3 days since I've done this, and I've already forgotten how to do everything. So hello, everyone. I hope you are well. Thank you for joining us here. If you are joining us on Twitch, or if you're watching on YouTube, the streams that are posted up there for the Cheese League 2023. What is that notification? That's a different one. 2023. You can check out the streams there, post them there. Yada yada. You know, stuff and things. And we've actually had a lot of traction on the YouTube page. So yeah, thank you. If that's how you're viewing this content, that is cool. I'm gonna try to adjust this camera without breaking everything. There we go. Yes, that is exactly what I am doing. I'm trying to not break the camera further, which it appears that I am not doing. Awesome. There we go. There we go. I got a couple of things happening here on the Yule command center, but it's mostly just wires and crap just laying everywhere. So anywho, thank you for joining us here. Geek Cheese League Baseball 2023, the tournament of cheese champions. So when last we were together, just a couple of World Baseball Classic highlights, of course, because this is why we are doing the Cheese League tournament. On Monday the 13th, Korea destroyed China 22-2. We had big win, Great Britain 7-5 over Colombia. Puerto Rico, the 10-0 perfect combined perfect game, combined shortened perfect game, 12-1 Canada, or US over Canada. Yesterday, Tuesday the 14th. Again, I shouldn't be saying this because this doesn't make this content evergreen, but whatever. Dominican Republic won big over Israel. Mexico beat Great Britain, and then this morning, of course, Australia lost to Cuba. Yo, dork. Yo, Ty. Thank you. Thank you for the B-Day wishes too. Appreciate that, Tyler. And Para, thank you for the B-Day wishes as well. Mexico won 10-3 over Canada today. Venezuela won 5-1 over Israel. And right now, Puerto Rico is winning over the Dominican Republic. This is a big game, folks. This is a real big game. The stadium is electric down there in Miami. We had, I think Vasquez hit a solo shot, and I believe it's 3-0 right now. So we will check back on that score. In the meantime, between checking on scores, we're here for some fake baseball and some stupid stuff. So this is our Cheese League tournament. Today we're going to check out games, the Asiago Aeroplanes Stilton Saucers and the Prevalent Prospectors Mozzarella Man-Eaters. So last time we were together, I believe we had some winners on this side. Boomerangs over the Regals and the Fiddlers over the Kraken. So that is going to be that matchup on this side of the bracket, but we got to get right into this game. Stilton Saucers at the Asiago Aeroplanes. Back to time flies. Sounds good, Tyler. Thanks for dropping by. Tyler got to start streaming that content too, right? Everybody loved when Tyler was on there on Twitch. Time flies. Muttering to himself and cursing under his breath because he wasn't tying something right, which we all thoroughly enjoyed. It's the type of content we expect from Ty. Alright, getting things going here. Let's pop up to Russell, down third, out number 1. And that's how we get things going here. Alright, we got Steve Dickerson on the mound for the Aeroplanes. That one is fouled away. So, we've seen him before. He has a 6.23 ERA right now. And that's a base hit up the middle. Alright, so Saucers hitting the ball quite well thus far. Screwball, slider, changeup, four-seamer for Dickerson out there on the mound. Garrett Peacock in, having a great series, 1 homer, 6 RBIs. Strikes out here though, so that's the end of that sentence. And Cardio Wilson steps up, 333. So a lot of these Saucer players are having a good series, having a good tourney so far. Got 1 on, 2 outs, top of the first. And it's 4-0 Puerto Rico over the Dominican Republic in the bottom of the third. Just your World Baseball Classic score update. 1 and 2 on Wilson. And now the 2 and 2 pitch. Fouled away. 2 and 2 again. Down on strikes goes. They strand a runner. Go to the bottom half of the inning. Teddy Sellers, of course we saw him previously. 1.08 ERA with 11 Ks coming into this game. That's funny, Bear. Kobe Frown steps in. 250 for him in the tournament. Sellers is already looking locked in, so that's pretty cool. To Peacock over to first. That is out number 2. Ash McIntyre steps up. So, with a win today, the Aeroplanes will take the series. Not what I expected, but that's how it's going. Little dribbler, barehanded by Peacock, fires out number 3. You know who used to be really good at those plays? Scotty Bones, Scott Brocious. Third baseman, I believe he was third baseman for the Orioles before coming over to the Yankees. 1998, big part of that World Series team. A base hit down the right field line. Scott Brocious. Great hands at third base. He was awesome. Great replacement for Wade Boggs, who the Yankees had at third base back in the day. And, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Actually, Scott Brocious might have been 2000 Yankees. I will look that up at some point during this broadcast. Bria Bracketeer steps in, 167, struggling in the tournament thus far. Runner of good speed on the base pass here, though. Nobody outs. Or nobody outs. Nobody outs. Jesus. Now there's 1 outs. And, yeah, now 1 out, runner on first. Besto Sierra. Down in the hole. 0-2. Down on strikes he goes, so Sierra continues his hitless streak. Ari Miller comes up to the dish. Laid off that pitch. Good eye. 3-0. You know, I would really love... That one is slammed, but maybe just a little early on that. There's a strike. That'll send the runner from first, and down on strikes he goes. I would love to have, as the heart of the order's coming up for the home team Aeroplanes, I'd love to have a real knuckleballer in Super Mega Baseball 3. That'd be sweet. I guess forkball is the best that we can hope for at this point. But yeah, it'd be pretty cool. I would just like a guy in the actual major leagues that throws like some of these pitches, like forkball, screwball, palm ball. A guy that throws a nice palm ball out there. 1 out. Sherry Droop steps up, having a good tourney. 375 average. No homers, 1 RBI. Grounded to Miller for the 4-3 putout. And Donna Francis steps up. And I mentioned this before, Donna Francis should be a better player, but just struggling in the tournament. Popped up in front of the big wall. Out number 3. Just like that, bada bing, bada boom. Top of the 3rd we go. Looking hot dogzilla on the big board out in center field. Colt Lowry stepping in, looking tense, hits a base hit up the middle. Almost took out the umpire. He's got to get out of the way.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 11.
Watching hockey, it's amazing how many times like the ref is just in the middle of the scrum. It's nuts. Like those refs they have to be like fearless. Hanson cap up now. I also don't know how you skate backwards. I can't even skate frontwards. So, do I have a prediction for this game, says Para. So, my prediction, I don't know actually. My prediction is probably the Saucers are going to win and force some additional games in this series. But Dickerson's looking pretty good out there thus far. Full count on Span. We're back at the top of the order too, by the way. And he walks him. As I say, Dickerson looks good so far. He walks Span. Number 3 hitter Peacock steps in. That one is hit high and far, and that's carrying. It's going to be off the big wall. Kobe Frown plays it well. Off the carom. Run comes home. 1-0. The Stilton Saucers lead it. In steps big cleanup hitter Cardia Wilson, looking tense at the plate. And a base knock up the middle. They're going to send both runners home. Here comes 1, and here comes 2. It's a 2 RBI single. 3-0. Saucers lead it. Probably drank Joe Boo's whiskey. Joe Boom needs a refill. Into no man's land. They get the good play. Get the lead runner. Good play. Very good play by Trey Mattingly there. The Asiago shortstop. Is there any worse sequel than Major League 2? Has any sequel just been as abysmal as Major League 2? Base hit into right field. Bugby fires to second, splits those runners. And now we got runners in the corners for Sierra back up. Top of the 3rd, 2 outs. So it was like that one's hit quite well. Is that gonna carry? Ooh, off the wall. Frown fields Farkas just kind of holds it, oddly holds it. That was very strange right there. First off, Frown should have had that on the fly. Then Farkas kind of holding it. So that was weird. Saucers now lead 5-0. We got Dickerson out there on the mound, looking tense. See his meters all kind of all over the place at this point. 62 pitches already. Another weird in no man's land hit. They get out of the inning, but man, 5-0, or a 5-run top of the 3rd. Very sloppy defense by the Asiago Aeroplanes. And this subs Farkas. So Teddy Sellers has a comfortable lead now. Let's see if he can hold on to it. As Farkas hits a base hit. No, back to the minors. That was the 3rd movie. That one might as well been like direct. It actually might have been direct to video. right next to Ernest Goes to Camp at 48 Hours Video. Or Blockbuster, whichever was nearest to you. 3, 6, 3 double play. And Butters Patrick steps in. So the plot, as far as I can remember, to Major League 2 was because at the end of the first movie, Ernest Goes to Training Camp. Yeah. At the end of the first movie, we saw them winning over the Yankees, but obviously that wasn't the World Series. So we catch up with the team in the very next season, and we find out that they didn't win, and like all this stuff happened. I don't know. But in the offseason, Wild Thing learns to not use his fastball. He like adds in some breaking pitches. Joe Boo. There's no more Joe Boo because he's Christian now or something like that. He's reformed. I don't know if Harris is in it. Dorn is the part owner, as that's a base knock up the middle. Jesus. Base knock up the middle, nobody out. That's going to chase Dickerson from the game, and Turnip comes in. So runner on first, no outs, top of the fourth. Anson Cap steps in. Ooh, off of Russell's glove. He can't recover. And that brings up Demetrius Span. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. It was just a really bad movie. It was just really bad. Wesley Snipes was not in it. Ooh, Russell with a nice diving stab there to Farkas too, and they don't get the double play. So if you classify that as a fielder's choice, probably not. I don't know. I was always confused by fielder's choice. So again, runners in the corners for the Saucers. And that one's fouled back. Peacock having a great tournament thus far. Popped up. Mattingly is there, out number 2. And that brings up Wilson with a big 2 RBI single. His last time at the dish. Turnip has that kind of underarm delivery, kind of rising fastball. So that essentially is the plot of that terrible movie. It was very bad. Very, very bad. It did not need to get made whatsoever. Tom Barrier? I forget what he was doing in that movie. Oh, no, that's where they had the catcher, the young catcher, who, and breaks his bat. They leave the bases full. Put up a goose egg here in the top of the fourth. The Saucers still lead it, though, 5-0, as we go to the bottom half of the frame, and Trey Mattingly steps in 0 for 1 today. It just didn't need to be made. Then, like I said, back to the minors, it was just garbage. Dribbler to Miller, out number 1. I mean, it's an embarrassing amount of times how many times I probably rented the Ernest movies when I was like 5 years old. Ernest Goes to Camp. Ernest Goes to Wherever. It's good stupid humor for a young child. And we didn't have, at that point, as that one's fouled away, 2-2 on Frown. Got him. Good pitching here. Sellers. And steps McIntyre 0 for 1. At that point in my hometown, we did not have a chain video store. We just had a little hut, and down a strikes. 1, 2, 3, man. Sellers is looking locked in. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Saucers. Top of the 5th. We just had a video hut. It was like this little building on a corner. Mattingly diving stop. Play there by Trey Mattingly. And steps Sierra. It was honestly, the room I'm sitting in is bigger than the video hut. And I just remember it was walls, just walls of videotapes of VHS. I always remember going right for Jaws every time. That was like my go-to, just go right to Jaws. But
Number 34.
it also had those independent video stores back in the day. We got 2 outs, top of the 5th, and swings through that one. 0-2, Miller in the hole, and down on strikes he goes. So quick inning there for Turnup. Part of the order coming up for the home team. See if they can make something happen here. Everybody's over.
Number
Let's do a temp check on Teddy Sellers first before I get into this random rants. There's 42 pitches now on fire in the bottom of the 5th. Just looking very, very good out there. So those independent video stores, for whatever reason, as Russell goes down and strikes, had the best video game selection. I must have rented Kirby's Dream Land, Alfred Chicken, Super Black Bass, the Blue Marlin, Super Mario RPG. I must have rented those games about 9,000 times each. And that's a base hit into center field. And the greatest thing, yes, the first video store was Homebox Video, Tiny. They did have the best games, absolutely. For whatever reason, those small independent stores always had the best stuff. That one's fouled. All right, see if Francis can do something here with 1 out, runner on first. A little dribbler. Oh, and look at that. The 3-6 double play. Actually, I don't know how you'd score that now. I'm thinking that. It's now a Subway. That's funny. The video store, my hometown, is now just like a vacant, small, odd-looking building. The weird thing about it was, too, it was like literally a hut. It probably could have just classified as a shed anywhere else. No bigger than a shed. That one is ripped, but right at Francis, out number 1. But the weird thing about it was that it sat like on this like little concrete pad, but it had a window down there, like there's a basement to it, and it always freaked me out. I was like, what the hell is in that basement? Probably even better video games, I guess. All those copies of E.T. that nobody played. Grounder to Farkas, out number 2. And Span steps back up. I was just going to say, Turnup is pitching quite well. They polar, in steps Marker Hardin for the Asiago Aeroplanes. Demetrius Span looking locked in 2 very big looping curves. No, it did have the room behind the curtain too. Somehow, in that little shed, they fit in like all the nasty tapes too. I don't know how they did it. It was so good. As Farkas steps in, quick inning there. Quick inning for the Aeroplanes. So quick top half of the 6th. That's what they need. They just need more chances to get these guys back up to the plate. But when they do stuff like that, you really want them at the plate. Here's Jared Bugby. The greatest part about the independent video store where I grew up was when Mortal Kombat dropped. I'll never forget. Mortal Kombat dropped for Sega Genesis. 2-2 is the count on Bugby. Down on strikes he goes. And of course, Mortal Kombat, the big thing back in the day. If you played Mortal Kombat on Super Nintendo, there's no blood. There's no blood. If you played Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis, there was no blood, as that's a base hit up the middle for Patrick. 2 out base knock. Make something happen here. Trey Mattingly steps in 0 for 2. There's no blood in the Sega Genesis version unless you knew the blood code. ABAC, ABB. Still note to this day. The blood code, yes, Para, the blood code. ACAB, ABB. And when you went to rent the video, I'll never forget going over there with my brother. And they asked him, do you know the blood code? It's like if he said yes, they weren't going to rent it to him. It was such a big deal. It was like so crazy. Do you know the blood code? It's like asking, do you know gang signs? 2-2 on Peacock. And that is off Harden. Does he recover? He does, but they don't get the speedy Peacock. So we got a runner on first here. Wilson stepping in. Top of the 7th, 5-0. Stilton Saucers over the Asiago Aeroplanes. Fouled away. The freaking Juno, the blood code. Oh my god. And of course, growing up small town America, once somebody figured out the blood code, you knew every kid knew that blood code. That blood code went around my hometown like chicken pox. Down on strikes he goes. In steps Nash Schaefer. Looking tense at the plate. Even 300 though. I like when these random guys behind. Down on strikes it goes. Down goes Schaefer. Bree Bracketeer steps in, 1 for 3, trying to make something happen. Got a runner on first still, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Like when the random AI crowds just stands up, just out of nowhere, some guy will just like stand up and be like, oh yeah, just gotta sit down now. That one's lined, and Bugbee is there. Not a lot of foul territory, but it stayed fair. All right, 7th inning stretch, folks. Here we go, and it's gone. Kobe Frown now steps up for the Aeroplanes. Again, with a win today, the Aeroplanes will seal their spot in the next level of the tourney. But they gotta get something happening with these bats. I did pick the Saucers to win this series. So let's see if they can climb back. McIntyre looking strained. I forgot that Ash McIntyre got hurt at one point. Little dribbler hugs the line. Wilson, for some reason, flips and he threw it like as hard as he could to a guy right next to him. I've had guys do that to me. Hey, I'm right next to you. Throw it as hard as you can at me at first base. Thank you. Getting handcuffed by a throw 2 feet away from me. So we got a base runner here. Sherry Droop is 1 for 2. Not a lot of speed on the base pass for the Aeroplanes, but extra base hit. Might score that run if it goes to the deepest part of the park. That would be the deepest part of the park. That's going to curve foul. 1 and 2. Just turned on it just a little bit. That's the Bracketeer across the diamond. Out. Number 3. Going to the top of the 8th. 7, 8, 9. Bottom third of the lineup to up for Stilton Saucers. 4-1 now. Puerto Rico's winning over the Dominican Republic in the World Baseball Classic. It's the bottom of the 4th. So that is your score check on the World Baseball Classic. That's a base hit up the middle. A lot of base hits up the middle on these Asiago pitchers, which means that people are right on it. They're seeing it. Big looping curve. Getting random emails. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Little hot shot back to him, catches it, fires over to first. They get the double play. Getting all types of emails from people who said, I will get that to you Thursday with, I'm pretty sure they're not realizing that means tomorrow. All right, another goose egg here. Look at this. Goose eggs all around. Zeros on the boards with the exception of that lopsided inning, and that's the difference maker here thus far. 5-0. Saucer still winning over the Aeroplanes. Bottom of the 8th we are. Donna Francis waves at that one. Tried to kind of golf it. That brings up Farkas. Again, Grover Farkas with that little Chuck Knobloch style stance. That one's going to dunk in, though, for a base hit. Does that? No. No! Oh my god. So on the corner there, I thought he was gonna go for 2, but wisely stays put. In steps Jared Bugby. Farkas, excellent speed. I never actually realized that he had excellent speed. I expect a stolen base, at least an attempt here. Maybe not. They can't get the run. Can't get the runner at second, so they get the sure out at first. Puts the runner in scoring position for Butters Patrick. And that one's hit pretty well. Dunks in right in front of Span. They're sending the runner home. Play at the plate. There is none. The Asiago Aeroplanes get on the board. And Teddy Sellers is going to leave, having given up a run, responsible for the run on first. That one's a little swinging bunt out in front of home plate. Out number 3. Inning over, top of the 9th we go. Airplanes get on the board. They're not going to get shut out. We got the top of the order due up here for the Saucers. They've been pretty darn good so far today. And that one's fouled away again, folks. If you're joining us, this is our Cheese League tournament. That's a hit to the right side. Cheese League baseball tournament. All these games that are live streamed here on Twitch are posted on our YouTube channel. As we're going to have Harden taken out. Tatum Midtown comes in with an inflated 18.9 ERA. Let's see how this pans out. Ooh, he's going to get a pop-up here. Out number 1. So games uploaded to our YouTube channel about a day after they broadcast here, so you can catch up, you can watch, you can do whatever. Also up on our YouTube, we have the whole entire Cheese League Baseball 2020 season, the thing that started it all way back in the day. Peacock swinging over top of that one, kind of just ran in on him, and that brings up Cardio Wilson, 1 for 3. Saucers maybe looking to get that one back. As a towering fly ball. Ken O'Corn out there for Bugby, out number 3. This Aeroplane's coming back to bat. Let's see if they can do anything here. Just look at this, 0 for 3. A minus rated Kobe Brown, 0 for 3. Hitting 211 in the tourney, just really struggling. So this is not good. Actually, I just noticed Turner's their closer for the Saucers. Down on strikes goes Kobe Brown. Did he have the golden sombrero? Did he strike out all 4 times? I certainly hope not. Yeah, Ash McIntyre. Looking strained, looking tense. 2 quick outs. Brings up Miguel Russell. He's a hit today. Power, contact versus righties activated, and it's shown on display there as they get a base runner. Sherry Droop steps up. She also has a hit today. And looks at a high called strike. The unofficial officials in the crowd were not pleased, and down a strike she goes. 1, 2, 3, just like that. The Stilton Saucers win this game. Take a look. 5-12-0 to 1-7-0. No dingers whatsoever in this game, but yeah, just lots of hits on the Stilton side, and that's pretty much what did it. Good game there by Sierra, actually, and also by Cardio Wilson. And just look at the difference in some of these averages. I mean, it's just the bottom third of this order is a little rough, but most of this order is kind of rough. It's like humpback. It's like kind of okay, very bad. Kind of okay, very bad. All right, so that means Sellers gets the win. He pitched exceptionally well. Dickerson gets the loss, and Sellers, of course, is our top spot. 8 Ks. He had 8 Ks. Sierra and Peacock up there in the top 3. So, the Saucers gain a game here in this best of 7. The Aeroplanes still lead it. So that is interesting. Next game, we're going to go to, of course, the 2-2 tie between the Provolone Prospectors and the Mozzarella Maneaters. Let's check out that game, folks. Yimi Garcia is now on the mound for the Dominican Republic team. We get a look at the lineups here for the Maneaters versus the Prospectors. And we're going to have Jerry Bellamy on the mound for the home team. I know this is Para's team, and this is the Prospectors. My pick as well, win the whole tourney. So this series has surprised me, though, thus far. Buddy Greenman leads it off here for the Maneaters. And 3-0. Bellamy already looking tense out there on the mound. Walks the first batter of the game. I'm having flashbacks to my Babe Ruth days. All right, Spud Pepperoni's getting the number 2 spot here in the lineup. Damn. It's a big contact hitter, I guess that's why. Runner goes. Fouled away. And fouled away again. Bellamy sports 4-seamer, screwball, curveball, and changeup. And there's the pepperoni crosses in the chat from Parra. Way to lay off that Spud. And down to strikes he goes, looking.
Now batting, the center fielder, number
Aria
20.
Bell. A hell of a tournament she's having. 462, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. Stuff happening in the Puerto Rico DR game. Ooh, that is off of Schlubby's glove. And the runner advances now to second. 2-2 is the count. So, Maneaters already threatening here. A walk wouldn't be a bad idea. That one's fouled away. Lots of foul territory here at Colonial Plaza. Walk wouldn't be bad. Sets up the double play. That does not set up anything. That's just a base knock through the right side. Runners on the corners now, and Valencia. All right, when last we saw Travis Valencia, he hit 2 homers, 2 big homers. I believe I think that actually kind of sealed the deal for the Maneaters. Waves at that one. It's in the hole 0-2. Grounded. This should be 2. 6, 4, and 3. And that is the inning-ending double play. They strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the first. Linda Lumber stepping in. And now we got Grover Growler on the mound. 15.43 ERA for him. Ooh, boy. 4-seamer, 2-seamer, curveball, changeup for Growler. Southpaw here for Maneaters. That's base hit right through the wickets. So the Prospectors get a base runner. And in steps Brass Frigate. If you missed my diatribe about what a frigate bird is, you'll just have to go back to our YouTube page and watch these videos all over again to find out what a frigate bird is. It's a North American shorebird. That is a little dribbler. Greenman fields it. Runner advances to second. Yeah. Runner on second. Emmy Corker up. 1 out. Bottom of the first. My phone is buzzing from the same people. Alright. So a lot going on in that email I was just sent. That one is carrying in front of the warning track. Connor puts it away. Out number 2. My phone wants me to really read that email for some reason. Quintana steps up. Runner on second, 2 outs. Bottom of the first. Prospectors already threatening. Ball way inside. Pushers are off the plate, 3-0. And now the 3-1 to Quintana. Looping curveball. Full count. Slow roller. Growler gets it. And the Prospectors strand a runner. Going to the top of the second. 5, 6, 7 due up for Mozzarella. Inside high, Bertram South at the dish. Now I'm thinking, as he's down on strikes, those inflated ERAs from some of these early starters. Now I'm really thinking about it, of both of these teams. From the first leg of this series that was at the Tiger Den, and the Tiger Den is a very, very small ballpark. So that's where that came from. That's a base hit up the middle. 1 out, base hit. Andrew Kerr steps up. Got some instant replay happening here in the game. Five 1 now, Puerto Rico is winning. Top of the 5th. That one is hit into right center. The runner advances to third. Good heads up base running. So we got runners on the corners. Jax Griffith steps in. 1 out. Struggling to look at what I need to look at because, again, I put everything in my way. Walks him. That's not good. In steps Kenneth Connor, 333 on the tourney. With 1 out, bases juiced. And they go for the bunt. Runner comes home, and it's a beauty. Look at that. A little small ball action scores that run. The Man-Eaters take the lead. 2 outs, second and third now. We've got top of the order, Buddy Greenman up. Foul back, lots of territory. Is that going to get off the screen? Yes, it does. And I love bunts, and small ball and stuff. It's so much fun. 2-2. Ball in the dirt. Good block by Slubby behind the plate. Full count. And foul. And walks him. So Bellamy all over the place. In steps Spud. Alright. Bellamy's already at 46 pitches too. It's only the second inning. He's gonna get pulled. We're gonna get in the bullpen really early in this game. At least on the Provolone side. Good eye from Spud. That one is jacked high and far, but not far enough. And just barely in fair territory, I'd say. Out number 3, they strand 2 on the bases, but Man-Eaters get a run. They lead at 1-0, going to the bottom half of the frame. And in steps Nelson Marin. It's like sensory overload. Got fake baseball happening, got real baseball happening. That's a base hit up the middle. It's almost like these guys aren't getting good wood on it. Times you hit it off the end of the bat, you cue ball it. It's all English on it. Kind of goes all over the place. Good speed on the bases here. For the Provolone Prospectors, Teddy Everett looks at strike 2. There's a weird car outside. It sounded like a spaceship, as that is a pop out. Elena Price now stepping in. Number 7 hitter with 1 out, runner on first. They check on him, little sneaky pickoff move. And that's a ball inside. I've been wanting to really want to give Out of the Park Baseball a try, folks. If you're not familiar with it, it essentially is a comprehensive baseball management game where you take control of a team, and down on strike she goes. Now number 2 is Hamilton steps up, and it's a lot of like data, a lot of analytics, a lot of interesting stuff. This should be a good matchup here, lefty on lefty. So this should go to Growler's advantage, I would say. It's a lot of management. It's a lot of interesting things. I actually do a hockey version of it too. 1 and 2 on Hamilton. I've been kind of wanting to get into it and wanting to try it out again. And down on strike she goes. Outside call, strike. And they strand some runners and go to the top of the 3rd. 3, 4, and 5 due up before the man-eaters. But every time I try to get into it, it just hurts my brain because you need like a college degree. They like have literal courses on how to manage and how to play the game on their YouTube page. It's like, oh man, do I want to really do that? But it looks like so much fun. You get to manage the farm system. You get to scout people. It looks really cool. Atlanta Price with the diving stopping. Great play right there. MLB The Show is coming to Game Pass. Oh, okay. So the show, I kind of lost. The show, I have feelings about this. Big looping curve, foul, 2 and 2, and foul away again. South, gonna get a hit, and he's waves at it way out in front. Down on strikes to go. So MLB The Show, I played the hell out of that game back in the day, and loved it. And then they just kept like coming out with essentially the same game every year, and I was like, I'm not paying for the same game. So I think I played MLB The Show like, I don't know, 2016 for like forever, something like that. And then when it came to Game Pass, I think last year, I played it, and I did Road to the Show mode, and so when you used to do Road to the Show, I like playing as a pitcher in MLB The Show, and they changed like the way you like build up your stats is you essentially pitch like a bullpen session or a simulated game or something like that, and they changed it from that to more of like mini games where you had to like do certain things. It was almost like all of a sudden in the middle of a baseball game, I was playing Mario Party, and I lost it. They lost me there. That and the menus were very confusing. I don't know what the hell EA is doing, but the menus are extremely confusing, as that one is foul. Ooh, that was going to curve fair. And, oh boy, friggin', it was very late on that one. And down on strikes he goes. Brings up Corker with 2 outs now. Runner on first and the bottom of the 3rd. The menus were very, very confusing. They were awful. Same thing I would say with the NHL game. That one's grounded to Griffith out number 3. NHL game 2, menus in that game are terrible. So I'm wondering what we're going to see if and when Metalhead Software, who developed and published this amazing game, Super Mega Baseball 3, if and when they post their next game, because they were bought out by EA, so I'm wondering if maybe EA will bring in some of the great functionalities that this game has into their show, or I don't know, something. Yeah, I had to switch to the buttons too. I'm playing NHL. Janet Hamilton, frigate out number 1. And in steps Andrew Kerr. He's 1 for 1. Here we are, top of the 4th. Yeah, I had to switch to NHL 94 style play in the NHL game. I can't do anything. I honestly can't do anything else in any other game, really. Ooh, that's hit pretty hard. Is that going to sneak over the wall? No, Teddy Everett says no.
The first baseman, number 27.
All right, so 2 outs here. Great leaping catch by Teddy Everett there. In left field, Jax Griffith steps up. I legit can't do anything, even in this game. That one, I don't think he's going to be able to get that one. That's gone. Let's see, a 38.8 manatee shot. Griffith, his first home runner, or her first home run,
Now batting,
second
the
RBI
left fielder,
of the
number
tournament. So that
53.
gives the Mozzarella Man-Eaters the 2-0 lead here at the top of the fourth. Of course, we measure home runs in manatees. We use manatee math. Phew, yeah, don't put it there again. He turned on that. Jesus. We use manatee math here on this channel. It doesn't make sense, but sometimes it does make sense. So, they get a run, 2-0. The Mozzarella Man-Eaters lead it over top of the Prospectors. Growler has a little bit more of a lead. He's looking locked in out there on the mound. This is a high fly pop-up. There's lots of foul territory. Look at that. Kenneth Connor's able to get it. That's like 6-7 rows deep in any other ballpark in Super Mega Baseball 3. But that's the one thing I do hope that if Metalhead Software has any influence over the show or any influence over any of the any future games, Down Strikes Goes, you know, the menus, the functionality, the way things work, just smooth in this game. It would be interesting to have licensed players in this game. I don't know if I would actually like it, though. I don't know. I don't know if I would like it. I like kind of like this arcadey style, kind of fake baseball kind of thing that's going. Look at Andrew Kerr. The long run to get that final out of the inning. Top of the fifth we go. Top of the order we have here for the Mozzarella Man-Eaters. Like I was saying, even in this game, so in Super Mega Baseball 3, you can play with toggle sticks and all that kind of stuff to swing, and for power, I can't do it. I'm just like mashing buttons. 3-1, and down. Ooh, no, not down on strikes. That's my bad. Now down on strikes. He goes. In steps Spud freaking Pepperonis. Bellamy is kind of settled in a little bit. Over to Frigate. Flips to Bellamy out, number 2. Aria Bell steps in, 1 for 2 with a single thus far today. 89th pitch coming here from Bellamy. So he's gonna, you know, a lot of movement here in his meters. Not a lot left in the tank in terms of stamina, so he'll probably get pulled pretty soon. Finishes out this inning, though. Seven, 8, 9 due up for the Prospectors.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Bottom of the 5th we are. Still 5-1, folks. That's a little hot shot to Griffith out, number 1. Still 5-1. Puerto Rico still winning over the Dominican Republic. It's the bottom of the 5th. And that's a base hit up the middle here in this game, Man-Eaters versus the Prospectors. In case you needed to be reminded of that fact.
Number 28.
Slubby steps in.
That's inside.
Good speed on the base pass here for the Prospectors. Let's see if they can maybe string a couple of hits together, make something happen. And that is exactly what they're going to do. Runners going to third. So we got runners on the corners. Linda Lumber steps in, 1 for 2 with a single so far today. And Prospectors looking for that big hit. Lumber's more of a contact hitter, though. Lays off that one, 1 and 2. And Kerr is there, out number 2, and that brings up a Rasp Frigate. The North American Shorebird, the Frigate, looks at a ball inside. Power hitter here, but Frigate has been looking very tense at the plate thus far today. 3-1. Good hitters count. Looks at a strike now. Full count. Sends that runner from first and walks the bases loaded. So ducks on the pond for big power hitting center fielder Emmy Corker. Ooh, she's trying to go yard work there. That one's hit quite well. Does it have the distance? Yes, it does. A grand slam home run. Emmy Corker. 432-foot shot over the big wall. 5th homer, 10th RBI of the tournament. That gives the Provolone Prospectors the 4-2 lead. Shimmy Quintana steps up, and that chases Growler from the game. Nola Dixon comes in out of the pen. Despite that big wall here, from gap to gap, we've seen a lot of homers leave this ballpark. So 4 runs, bottom of the 5th, and the Prospectors take the lead. And all right, Bellamy's going to get pulled here. We're going to have Bunt Benson come in. Bunsen and Beaker coming in. It was 40.3 manatees. Now it's 43.2, I think, manatees, so 432 feet. Valencia grounds it to Hamilton, out number 1. Manatee math is 1 manatee equals roughly 10 feet. There will be a team. There will be a team in the Cheese League at some point called the Manchego Manatees. That one's hit right to Corker, out number 2. I've already started drawing and messing around with potential logos. Andre Wallace steps up, looks at ball 3 from Benson, and grounder to Marin. And a quick inning here. Gets those Prospector hitters back to the plate. And look at that. It'll be Marin. Just made the last out. And he's up to bat, and he quickly grounds to South, out number 1. Teddy Everett over 2 today, steps in against Dixon. Just looking at some of my notes here. I actually do have notes from time to time to make this look like a professional broadcast. But really, it's just me in a room, sitting in front of a cheap green screen, the ring light and some other random paraphernalia sitting around. Lana Price 0 for 2 with a runner on first. Bottom of the 6th. Swings through that one. And good block by Spud behind the plate. Big looping curveball there from Dixon. And it tries it again. Now that's a full count. Try the pickoff. Slides in safely. And we reset. And do it again. And again we reset. And again we reset. Good at bat here from Price.
Take your base.
Walked her. Not what you want to do, especially to a reinvigorated team who just took the lead. Hamilton steps up. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. And another walk. So walks the bases loaded. Slubby steps in. 2 for 2. 2 singles. A little inside for my liking, but called a strike. 1 and 2 on Slubby. Got her chasing high. Cheddar Lumber, 1 for 3, single steps in. Bases still juiced. 2 outs now. And that's ripped, but right at Greenman, out number 3, they strand. All 3 runners go to the top of the 7th. Bottom third of the order due up for the visiting Mozzarella Ball Club.
Number 36.
Debating if I want to open my laptop and keep working after this is over. That is a high fly pop-up. Little WTP warning track power
Now batting,
as
the
Teddy
first
Everett puts it
baseman,
away.
Number 27.
Griffith, he had a home run his last time up. And good pitch in here from Benson. 1 and 2. I guess that got in the dirt. Must have just touched the dirt a little bit.
The left
They
fielder,
throw it out.
number 53.
Out number 2, Kenneth Connor now. Ripped foul down the left field line. And 1-1 is the count. And now 2-1 on Kenneth Connor. Got him swinging through the off-speed pitch. Down on strikes he goes. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the home team.
Now batting,
Provolone Prospectors.
number 3.
Colonial Plaza, of course. Lit up gold with these Prospector fans wearing their gold-colored t-shirts. High and far, but not far enough. That's out number 1. Corker steps in. She had a home runner last time up. 1 for 3 today. Rips that one into left field. So, call it a 2 for 4 day.
Now batting, the right fielder.
And 2 for 4 sounds so much better than 1 for 3, doesn't it? For whatever reason. All right, Keith Dude comes in. We've seen him quite a bit. 5.40 ERA. Out of this Mozzarella bullpen, down on strikes. She goes. That brings up Nelson Marin. All right, the Dominican Republic team got another run. It's 5-2. Top of the 6th in the World Baseball Classic, and that's the final out of this inning here in the Cheese League Baseball Tournament. Top of the order due up for the Maneaters.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 2.
Benson still working away out there on the mound. 30 pitches here for him, looking locked in. 3-1 on Greenman. Now Benson works back. Good pitch there to get him to chase outside. And does it again.
Now batting, the catcher,
Very good pitching
number
here
19.
by Benson. That slider running away. Runs away on the righties, runs inside on the lefties. 1-1 is the count. Spud lines out to Frigate, and Aria Bell now steps in. All right, Benson's getting pulled. We're going to have McKillies come in. We're going to ask him to get a 4-out save, I suppose. Don't know why you do that. Deep. And Para, I got the... And Price with the diving catch to out number 3. Para just got the annual happy birthday text from one of our former co-workers. It was a Three Amigos meme. Said, happy birthday, El Guapo, it's a sweater. Down on strikes. Goes here in the bottom of the 8th. I'm pretty sure you can guess who sent me that text. And for some reason that gets by the shortstop. Don't exactly know what happened there. That was like a Dorn play right there. What do you want me to do? Dive for it? Alright, so Prospectors now have a runner on first. Hamilton up. Bottom of the 8th. 1 out. They lead it 4-2. That one's fouled away down the line. Would you say I have a plethora of pinatas? I've used plethora in every single thing I've ever written for work. It's my calling card. Although I have used panoply lately, and that's also a fun word. Panoply and thoroughfare. I used thoroughfare today. Ripped right at Greenman, out number 3, so they strand the runner, go to the top of the 9th. 4, 5, and 6 do a part of the order for the Mozzarella Man-Eaters, but the Prospectors looking to close this game out. Valencia steps in. Grounder to Hamilton, and out number 1. Bertram South, 0 for 3 today. I'm surprised they're actually not gonna pinch hit for him. I don't know. Foul down the left field line. Out number 2. Man-Eaters down to the final out of the game. Andre Wallace steps up. Ooh, that looked like a good pitch to me. The AI ump says nay. And again, looks like it's right at the knees, but robot umps aren't always accurate either. Andrew Kerr steps in now with 2 outs, runner on first, top of the 9th. McGilly's still looking to get out of this and win the game for the Prospectors. And now McGilly's trying to get a little fancy out there. And all right, full count now. Walks him. All right. Interesting little development here. Jax Griffith steps in. McGilly's is pulled. McIntosh comes in. Griffith already has a home run today. So McIntosh called in to close this out. And he does. Line out to Hamilton, and the Prospectors win this game. Let's take a look at the lines. 2-4-0 to 4-9-0. Prospectors just kind of out-hit them. Now, of course, that 4-run top or bottom of the 5th is what did it. Not a lot of hits on the Man-Eater side. On the Prospector side, of course, big corker with the grand salami that really sealed the deal for them. Growler gets the loss. Bellamy gets the win. Improves his ERA a little bit. And McIntosh gets the save. Corker, Griffith, and Bunsen are your top 3. So let's take a look now at how these brackets play out. So with one more win, the Aeroplanes and the Provolone Prospectors can go to the next level of the tournament, and that's exactly who we will watch in our first 2 games. We're back here on Twitch Saturday. We're going to do our Saturday morning stream. So Saturday at 8 a.m. we'll be here broadcasting Aeroplane Saucers, and let's go back to this. We'll be broadcasting Aeroplane Saucers. The Aeroplanes, of course, trying to finish it out, and then also broadcasting Prospectors, Man-Eaters, and Prospectors trying to finish that one out. So that is how it looks. That's how it stacks up. And that's where we're going to leave it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you like this, please follow us here on Twitch. And also follow us on YouTube. That's where all these videos are posted. So yeah, be sure to check us out there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we will check you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging out here on the stream. See you on Saturday, bright and early, 8 a.m. And yeah, check you guys next time. See ya.